All right, good morning. It's Kinninigan. I told you with this, I'm going to give you my opinion on the UFO quote unquote disclosure that's happening by our own government. Yes, you are looking at a picture that I took in 2019. That is Area 51. The day I went here, I'm not going to go into too many details about the actual story. I would like to do that maybe on a live stream because I have a lot of footage I took. I was out at Area 51 for an entire evening. I hired a Hopi Indian tour guide who took me, but there's a few things I'm going to tell you. First of all, in this video, I'm going to show you not only classified, you want to call them UAPs, because I'll tell you exactly. I knew what we were filming when we filmed it. That's not the most disturbing part. The most disturbing part, and I'm surprised that Area 51 and the CIA, because they run this site. We all know that. They vetted me, but when we were going out here, I'm not going to tell that story right now. But yeah, we were vetted. I was vetted by the CIA. They knew who I was. I don't care what you think about reptilians or lizard people. The, the guy that vetted us was talking about having snake dreams to me. And then I told him that was the symbol of Enki, one of the Anunnaki, and he kind of stopped there. He had this little girl with him that was talking about aliens. I have that video footage and I've gone over that. It was just crazy. And then we stopped at a gas station that is kind of off limits to the public because the part of the base that we went to is not somewhere where most people go. I'll explain that in a second. We went to the other side of Area 51. I went with a private tour that he doesn't take groups of people to, which if you're looking at this sign here, you might not have ever seen this sign from Area 51 because this is on the other side of the base. This is a side of the base called Mercury. Why? Because it was well known for the mining of cinnabar, which is that's the raw form of liquid mercury. Mercury, very important to not only reptilians for their shape-shifting abilities and opening interdimensional portals. It's also a crucial part of quote unquote anti-gravity technology. And there are mercury mines in here. Now, so when you look at this sign outside of Area 51, by the way, they jammed my camera. They were showing off their top secret classified technology to us. This is what I mean by they let us come there. I didn't run into any camo guys. I'm going to show you parts of the video. We were literally pointing industrial strength military laser pointers at the UFOs flying overhead. Now, I've heard stories of people being arrested by doing the same thing at local police helicopters. I'm not advising that you point military strength laser pointers at anything flying in the air, but I was told by our tour guide, it's okay, Kenny, they're not going to do anything. They already know we're here. And I'm like, are you sure? And then something dawned on me. I was like, hold on. We're not filming UFOs with human or alien pilots. We're filming drones. Unpiloted, top secret, classified technology. That's not even the most strange part. If you read the sign, it says no trespassing. Nevada National Security Site by order of the United States Department of Energy. Why is the Department of Energy running a classified military site that is testing UFO technology? Yeah, you want the real truth? Screw that UFO disclosure that the government just did. In my opinion, the reason for this disclosure is so, in case you haven't been following, the air campaign in Iran has not been going too well. My belief is they're doing this because they want to publicly unveil some of their top secret military technology. I'm talking about stuff that we already know exists. So I'm going to show you some things in this video that you might not have ever known. I'm not saying they didn't have the help of extraterrestrial intelligence, but there's a lot of red flags in the UFO phenomenon. Did you know that Roswell happened on the 33rd parallel, and Rose, is a very Masonic Luciferian symbol? Yeah, Roswell, New Mexico, and it was on the 33rd parallel. And it was no coincidence that this happened right after World War II. I'm not saying we didn't recover a craft, but I'm telling you, Roswell in itself was a psyop. That's not even the most important thing. Like I said, why is the Department of Energy? Because not only did we film UFOs, I filmed UFOs utilizing the Nikola Tesla free energy grid. Yeah, you heard that. Imagine if our Air Force had craft they could put up in the air and they didn't need refueling tankers to follow them. That you could literally go around the entire planet and pull energy from the ionosphere as you need it. That was Tesla's plan. The reason why Tesla was not allowed to give the world free energy is because of the petrodollar and debt slavery. This is right before Tesla was around at the time they set up the Federal Reserve. They blackballed him. They stole all his technology. A lot of these craft that I'm filming today, and this was 2019 when I went to Area 51. By the way, one of the reasons why I was safe when I went here, I think it had a lot to do with who I was staying with when I was in Las Vegas. And I'm not going to talk about them anymore because, quite honestly, it's none of your business. I've got friends in low places. That's all I'm going to say. And I had spent 9 days in Las Vegas trying to find a tour guide to get me to Area 51. We did this on a whim. I'll give you a little bit of history here. When I did this, I had my first Kinninigan YouTube channel with 60,000 subs, and I started to, like big YouTube channels do, I started to, I wouldn't actually say hire people. I had people collaborate with me that could help me a lot. Specifically, people who were tech experts that can keep me safe online, help me code websites. I had a raging reptilian website. GoDaddy nuked my. I didn't just lose YouTube channels for what I did. I lost my website domain from GoDaddy. I lost my Dropbox account. Yeah, so you hear me bitching about being on my 10th YouTube channel. There's other things I lost. Um, because and that was more on the lines not because of reptilians. Like I said, when I went to Area 51, CIA trolled me about my reptilian research, and that lets me know that they know what the hell I'm talking about is legit. So I don't care what you think about lizard people. I've been assured by members of Secret Society, ex-members, one of them is my subs, that Kenny, what you talk about is real. There is definitely dragon and serpent mythology around the occult. And yeah, demons are the little alien greys like Aleister Crowley showed. Then you have biological alien clones. So because the clips I'm going to show you, they're not very long. Now you got to remember, we were filming it, but I'm going to show you some clips that I took. I think I got about 5 good ones of the UAPs, but there's going to be something you're going to notice. You're going to see lightning strikes in the sky, but you're not going to hear any thunder. The weather was perfectly fine this day. When we got to the part where this isn't where we filmed the UFOs, we did a little more driving after this and wound up to a service road right off, and we were literally right next to the military base. In fact, in some of the video clips I'm going to show you, you can even see a military convoy going by. And here we are pointing laser pointers at the UFOs. They knew we were there. We weren't hiding from anyone. Um, and I made it back safely. It was a little, when you're in this area in the desert, you have no cell phone service. You're cut off from the world. And yeah, it was a little nerve wracking. That was the only day that I spent in Las Vegas where I didn't smoke marijuana before. I did the 9 days. I spent most of my money on weed and tacos when I was in Las Vegas. I didn't gamble. I didn't pick up hookers. I know I'm no fun. Yeah, I found the weed dispensaries and all the taco joints because I never had authentic Mexican tacos. So I spent like 9 days going around all around Las Vegas. I didn't stay on the strip. I stayed in a neighborhood in Las Vegas. Like I said, it's who I stayed with when I was there. I didn't stay at the strip. I went to the strip one night. I don't really gamble. Um, so I have a lot of footage here. Now I'm not. Now originally I was supposed to take all this footage and make a documentary out of it, and I still can. And if I took all this footage and made a documentary out of it, telling you right now, it's going to be better than anything you see on History Channel. Because all those bullshit trips that they take to Area 51, they don't go to the side of Area 51 that we did. And I'll explain to you what's going on here. So, yeah, please share, like, subscribe. If you could support the channel. I always need cigarettes. I'd like to get some marijuana today. I always have to ask. So here's where we went. This is Area 51 right here. This is a map. Most people go over here, which is the left-hand side. You see this Nellis Air Force Range. Now, this is like 500 square miles of closed-off area. That's how big it is. And then you see the square right here, Groom Lake with 51 right here. Most people that go on the, and you can get the tours right out of Las Vegas. They have tour buses that go there. It's a day trip. That's originally what I was going to do. They take you to the Alien. They take you to the other side of the base. That's not where they test the top secret aircraft, though, because that's where all the friggin' tourists go. That's where you could sign your name on the black box, and they have the Alien, which is that infamous diner. Originally, I was supposed to go there. Then, when I found my tour guide, Roger, Hopi Indian, he looked into my YouTube channel, and he was Hopi Indian, and he says, "You research reptilian shapeshifters?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "And you're here to film a documentary?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You really want to film UFOs?" And not only that, but I'd like to have a conversation with you. When it comes to the subject of shapeshifters, we've known about them for a long time. And we had a nice discussion driving out to Area 51 that day, and I was assured that certain things in Hopi mythology were legit. The ant people, skinwalkers, and shapeshifters. We talked about that, and yes, they know about the reptilians. And in fact, I'm pretty sure they know about both species of reptilians, the native Terran reptilians and the Alpha Draconians, like the plumed serpent Quetzalcoatl and all that in history. So yeah, I was assured, Ken, you're not crazy. And like I said, the CIA vetted me at Spring Mountain going out that day, and they were asking me about snake dreams, and they were basically letting me know, we know who you are. About so I don't care. And the crazy thing is, like I said, I only have 2,700 subs on YouTube. There's a reason for this. They can't let what I know and the kind of stuff I teach get out to a large audience, probably because it's legit. And in a strange way, I actually think they like my research. As crazy as I'm breaking Freemasons' balls all the time, yeah, I know. But hey, it is what it is. Uh, so we went over this side, which is Mercury, Nevada. Now, when you go to Mercury, Nevada, you see a sign like this: no services, 1 mile. Yeah, this is not a tourist site. When you see a sign on the road that says no services, there's other things that I filmed this day that might be classified. Like I filmed Creech Air Force Base as we went by. Now, why is that a big deal? Because Creech, actually, when you film it, there isn't anything there except a few wooden buildings. But I was told that under the ground at Creech Air Force Base, there's a nuclear bunker, and that's where they operate all the Predator drones from. So under Creech Air Force Base, which we passed going out to this part, that's a classified facility, and I filmed it. Oops. Um, but like I said, Creech is underground, and it's in a nuclear bunker. That's where they operate all of our Predator drones. It's a bunch of kids in an underground bunker, literally flying drones 3,000 miles away, blowing shit up in the Middle East, like a video game. Yeah. So that's one thing that you will not see, like if you go on the regular tour of Area 51. So let me show you. First, I'm going to show you some footage that was actually filmed off my tour guides. He had an HD, very expensive night vision camera. I'm going to show you 3 short clips here. Like I said, these clips are short. And then I'm going to show you some of the footage that I took. And this should be more mind-blowing. It isn't the fact that these are UAPs, that they're drones. It's the fact that they're utilizing free energy. And free energy has gotten a lot of people killed over the years. I honestly got a little scared once I realized what I actually filmed, and I'm like, going home that day on in McLaren Airport. I was waiting for like the Men in Black to stop me and take my SD cards. I was waiting for it, but they didn't. So the first clip I'm going to show you here is now it's pitch black. Hold on. Oh yeah, these are video clips. That's right. So let me show you the first video clip here. Now it's actually pitch black, and he's filming through night vision. So this is our tour guide's assistant driver. He's sitting there with binoculars. I'm actually taking a break. I'm smoking a cigarette. They asked me not to touch the equipment while I was smoking. Not a big deal. But this is all pitch black right here. You can't see anything. Um, so I'm smoking a cigarette, taking a break. He tells us to put our fingers up and say hi to the camera. We got the disco light going off in his truck there. That's the tour guide. Look, he's got Planet VTV on there, Area 51. We weren't hiding from anyone. We got a table set up out here. We got chairs. And we had military strength laser pointers. We had night vision scopes because you cannot film these UFOs without night vision. And I had a regular camera. I had two cameras with me. A 35 millimeter. Well, no, it was a Canon, like old school digital camera. Then I had an HD camera, and this is very important because it's what allowed me to film the footage I took through the night vision scopes. You wouldn't be able to do this with a smartphone. Let's just say that. I bought cameras to go out here, multiple cameras also for different filming. So this is us. Yeah, look how bright the cigarette is. Now, I'm used to night vision. I spent time in the Army. I'm very well aware of night vision and how it works. So now here's some of the craft that he filmed with his camera. Let me show you these. Now, these are the laser pointers we're using. Yeah, we are right next to Area 51 pointing laser pointers at the UFOs. And I'm like, okay, you sure about this? So let me play this video here. Now you'll see them moving where we're, and you see the lightning strikes that are happening in the background. This ain't a coincidence. You're going to see it all throughout the clips. You're going to see the sky light up. There's no thunder with this. That's very important. And you can see all the stars in the sky. I told you these clips are short, so but you'll see the flashes in the sky. This is the what I told them that we were filming. I said these what we're actually filming are probably drones, not piloted by aliens, not piloted by humans. They could be, but maybe not. I think they're drones. This was 2019. Obviously, drone warfare is pretty big right now. These are probably classified types of drones because they're utilizing quote unquote free energy. You can't tell that to the world. Um, yeah, because if you have a craft that can run on free energy, yeah, think of the implement. Not only that, but that means these craft could probably also utilize dew lasers. You know, like the shit they use to burn down California and Hawaii. Remember the fires created by dews? That's another Nikola Tesla invention. So yeah, we're talking about laser warfare here and free energy. Yeah. If you and there's been soft disclosure on this. Go look at our own U.S. Navy. They admit they have destroyers with laser weapons on them now to take down drones. Yeah, this is how they roll out classified technology. Now you'll notice with his night vision that everything's not in the green light. The next videos I'm going to show you are in green. Yeah, but you see the laser pointers. We're pointing them out. These are UFOs flying. You see it, and then you see the sky light up. And we were trying to figure out, like, the weather was fine. There was no thunder with here I'm going to show you another one now. These are these are some of the ones I took
Okay, leave it.
out of the night vision scope, and you could hear us talking. And this is important because you don't hear any thunder when. Now, how I figured out we could film this with the night vision scope, I had a 35. I had a small digital camera, and I had one of them buttons where you can make the lens go in and out of the camera. So basically, I did a male to female union of the night vision scope to the lens of my camera. I stuck the camera lens through, and I was able to film the night vision. And my guy was like, "Damn, that was a pretty damn good idea, Ken." And then, that's what you're seeing on the video here. This is why it's in a circle and it's greenish. You're looking through a night vision scope.
Put it along. Let me see.
Oh, that is great.
See?
And you can
Point
hear
it
us
at something,
talking.
Harry.
Well, let me see if I can find something.
You see those lightning strikes? No thunder.
Harry.
Well,
Not
let
only
me
that,
see
the
if I can
sky's
find
perfectly
something.
clear.
Hold on.
See?
And whenever the lightning
Now
shows
that's
up, now this is how close we are to the base. Yeah. Tell me, yeah, that I never seen anyone on History Channel get that close. This is the real deal. Again, I'm going to remind people, please share, like, subscribe. Please support my channel if you can. If you're into UFOs and cool shit, maybe I'm showing you some stuff here you're not going to see anywhere else, and if that has some value to you.
great footage.
And I don't run ads on my videos.
That's pretty good right there.
Because now I can show people
Yeah.
what we're looking through
Right.
night vision.
Yeah, we're talking about how all this. Then you see the strikes again.
Kind of explain to people. This is what you see. How
Let's see
everything
if I-
around is black.
let's see if I can point
There goes
something.
another
Point
strike.
something.
Now I'm calling them lightning strikes. It's the ionosphere releasing energy. The
Oh, that
ionosphere,
is so real.
yeah,
See
it's
the
a
light.
sphere. Is an electromagnetic charged part of the upper atmosphere above, I believe, the stratosphere. Basically, right before that part where you come in, like during re-entry, where everything starts to burn up, that's a highly electromagnetically charged atmosphere. Nikola Tesla realized this, and this is what he was going to use to basically give everyone on Earth free energy. They were going to pick up the signals of the free energy using like radio transmissions, and that's what Tesla was going to do. So you wouldn't have to have batteries. Batteries are like Elon Musk's electric batteries. Those things light on fire. Lithium batteries are dangerous. They're death traps, and they're pushing for everyone to get EVs. You want to know why they want everyone to buy EVs? So they can strip mine lithium off the earth and screw up Mother Earth more, just like they did with oil. That's what these narcissistic Zionist pigs do. And God forbid they gave everyone free energy. And by the way, free energy would have zero effect on the environment. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to use that carbon tax bullshit and their fucking green energy scam bullshit with free energy. This is why I hate these people so much. And then they want to act like we don't have this technology. Well, I filmed it. All right. Sorry, I get a
So
little
it would be
passionate.
nice to have
There's
some.
something moving. Look.
Point it.
Look at that. Yeah, look at
Pointing
those
with my
lightning
laser.
strikes.
I don't see it. Oh, okay.
Right there.
And then he's pointing the laser. Then we found another UFO right
Yeah.
there.
Uh-huh.
No coincidence that where we find these UFOs, the ionosphere is lighting up.
I'll explain in the video. That's a light pointer.
Now there could be some implications in commercial application for this. Yeah, if you have an aircraft that's lighting up the ionosphere like that, pulling the free energy from it. But hey, it's something we would have to deal with, right? It's better than burning airplane fuel. It's better than with the shit going on in Iran right now, the whole global economy coming to a halt over the fucking Iran war. Because guess what? With free energy, that shit wouldn't happen. We wouldn't have to worry about oil or gas.
And to point out objects.
The laser.
Right.
So they don't think it's like aliens shooting lasers at us.
And I know these people are in possession of the technology. And I'm going to show you something else now that you might not be aware of before I show you some more clips. This is Nikola Tesla's UFO. Yes, Nikola Tesla himself invented an anti-gravity UFO that would run on the quote-unquote free energy grid. It was not only just the design of it that was very important. He had figured out to make this work, you weren't able to use certain types of metals. He was the one that came up with the idea that you would have to make the craft out of ceramics. Metallurgy is a very classified subject in air, airplane research. If you didn't know that, like Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, and all that, because they need to get certain types of alloys and metals that can handle certain things. With an anti-gravity craft, you need to have a craft that can allow electromagnetic frequencies move through the metal because that's how the anti-gravity is going to work. So you need to do that with certain types of ceramics. Tesla knew this. He designed the blueprints for a UFO. He didn't call it a UFO, just called it like a flying craft or whatever. And yeah, they stole that technology off him. This was filed in 2004 by a guy named John St. Clair. Sounds like a Masonic name to me. This is the infamous TR-3B anti-gravity black triangle ship. You can find the Googles. Look, this is on Google Patents. The patent was filed in 2004. Yeah, we first tested these during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. They were classified then. Who'd have thought? They don't exist. Yeah, they do exist. The triangle anti-gravity craft does exist. It's right here. The patents are on Google. So yeah, don't tell me, so everyone has this surprised face that, oh, they're just bullshit. And these patents have been on Google for quite a few years now. Google patents. Look up triangular spacecraft, and you'll find it. Not only that, it's an anti-gravity triangular spacecraft. The only thing I don't know that it's using is the free energy grid, which is why I believe they kept these craft classified for so long. Makes sense. They can't tell the world that we have free energy. God forbid. And this is why they blackballed Nikola Tesla. And the free energy scam is one of the biggest scams that Zionists are pulling on this entire planet right now. And it's having detrimental effects to Mother Earth. With lithium mining, oil drilling, fracking, like the BP oil spill in the ocean. You just get the idea. Then they're going to blame us and charge us carbon tax. Go screw yourselves. This and plastic. So yeah, the free energy exists.
Yeah, and especially
They
when the
have it.
Are you
lightning.
getting it?
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah.
craft that know how to
Yeah.
use it.
Look at that. It's strobing.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Cameron's doing a
Area
really good
51
job getting
itself
the
is
night
running
vision.
off the fucking
That's
free
awesome.
energy grid. Wouldn't surprise me. It is.
You get this?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, are they really getting an electric bill there?
I didn't know it was possible.
So yeah, here's some of the clips here. You see the UFO moving where the
Because
laser
that one has
pointer
a
is.
smaller lens, so it's easier to get into the eye hole.
Right, exactly.
And I'm letting you hear us talking.
My camera's so big.
You hear there's
Yeah,
no
the other
thunder
one
in
has
the
a big
background.
lens, too. I wouldn't be able to get that.
You get that?
I
And
got
the
it,
reason,
yeah.
and you can see all the stars in the night sky.
And
Do
that
you
lightning
wanna
strikes.
take it over and
In
see?
fact, I've never seen so many stars in my life. And I've been around the country. I've been in the military. I've been down to Georgia, and but here in the desert at Area 51, I never saw so many stars in the sky. It was amazing, and it was clear. And we had all these lightning strikes going on. And that's when I realized, holy shit, we're filming Tesla's free energy. There, you see that big strike that started out when I filmed that one. There was probably a craft on here I was following. I was trying to, look how close we are to the base too. You can see down here. There goes the lightning strikes again.
Where? In the mountain?
I think this might be the video where you see the military
How many-
convoy come by.
There's two vehicles there.
Over there. Drone.
So you can imagine looking up at the sky with night vision and seeing all these stars, and then you got to find the ones that are actually moving that are UFOs. It was a little tricky, but we did okay. We did film some things. And
Went through the cloud.
here's another video I got.
Somewhere here.
Like I said, they're not too long because these craft are moving pretty fast.
There it is.
We the amazing
Yeah,
thing
you got it
was
in the
these
camera, yeah.
lightning strikes you're seeing. So I just showed you, we have patents for anti-gravity craft. We already know they exist. We know drones exist. Did you know free energy exists? It's one of the biggest scams being pulled on human civilization today. One of the
You see it?
reasons why I never made, I was supposed to make a documentary with this footage when I came back from Area 51. Then when I realized what I had filmed, I was like, should I? If I made a documentary on me filming free energy, Tesla's free energy, that might get me in trouble. But also on the other end, why did they even let me film it? They know we're here. Like, you don't think they know that we got 3 guys here with
You
laser
see it?
pointers
Yeah.
parked outside
Yeah,
the
I can see
gates,
it. Yeah, he's
pointing
pointing
them
for
up at the UFO. They knew we were there. We didn't worry about
You gotta send me this, or can you add it to my YouTube?
Yeah, he wanted me to send him some of the clips. We
I can
shared
send you
clips
the
when I
raw
got
file.
back. I sent him the ones I had, and I
But I mean,
showed you the ones
is it possible
he
to?
filmed.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
I can
And I think that's about it.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
you want to see
Here.
something crazy? I'll show you one crazy thing
I'm
before
going to talk while I do this. I'm just
Alright.
putting it down on. Okay, what we have here
This is
is a
before I
strange
left. I filmed
formation that
this.
we found.
This is where we were. This is a service utility pipe in the ground right next to where we were filming. It's a service pipe for an underground facility. That's because everything at Area 51 is underground. Like I was telling you about the Creech Air Force Base we drove by. You want to see the video of Creech? I'll show it to you when we went by it. We drove by it, and I filmed it. Which video was that? Was it this one? Yeah,
I'm getting
okay.
different, like,
That's classified right there. You didn't see this on my YouTube channel. That is Creech Air Force Base. Can you see that? It's a big field. There's nothing there except a few buildings. Well, in one of those buildings, there's an elevator that goes down under the ground, a few 100 feet, into a nuclear bunker, and there's a gate all around this, and it's crazy. And I'm like, this is classified? Like, he's like, yeah, this is where they operate all the Predator drones from. He's like, all the people there are in a underground bunker. And then right across the road from this classified, that's not really, you can look on a map and find Creech Air Force Base, but you're not supposed to be filming it, especially after 9/11 and the Patriot Act. You're not supposed to be filming military facilities, which is even more amazing. Look how clear the sky is, too. You'll notice something? No chemtrails. Yeah, this is what I mean by all those lightning strikes we saw. Um, the sky. Yeah, but that's Creech Air Force Base, and then there's a small town that's right across from it where the people live. Yeah, this is classified. You didn't see that on my YouTube. Oops. Yeah, you probably walk in this building right here, and it's like, you ever see the Men in Black movie where he walks into the dam, and there's just a guy sitting there on the chair, and then he takes the elevator all the way down to the Men in Black facility. Same exact thing that's going on right here. This is Creech Air Force Base. And you look at it, it's just a big field with some buildings that look like they were built in World War II. And that's where we operate all the Predator drones from. We probably got other drones. Yeah, this is... Oops. Then again, I did film 0 point energy, as I just showed you. So what the hell's the difference, right? So anyway, as my expose on disclosure and top secret craft, you don't need the government. Like I said, I'll show you. And the most important thing with this is, yeah, they were pulling energy from the ionosphere. Free energy. Not only just anti-gravity, but free energy craft we were filming. And the technology exists. We know through Nikola Tesla. If you look, Like I said, they're not too. You can find a lot of this shit in the public domain. Yeah, did you know the patents for the triangle craft were on Google? Did you know Tesla built a UFO and explained how it would work? The only thing I think we have problems with was figuring out what type of quote unquote ceramics and metals need to be used to make it work. But that technology was perfected in World War II. Obviously, a lot of the Nazi scientists came over at Operation Paperclip. And most of those scientists that came over in Operation Paperclip, the other thing they don't tell you is they were members of secret societies. I don't know where people get this word viril from. Viril, VIRL, has nothing to do with reptilians. I don't know where that. I know where it comes from. Vril is prana, or positive life energy, and there was a secret society known as the Viril Society with Maria Orsak. I'll do a lecture on it. The belief was by not cutting your hair or releasing your occult power through masturbation or sexual orgasm, one could harness viril energy and perform paranormal things. And there's actually some truth to that. It's called the middle path. This is like what Zen monks learn. However, Luciferians travel the left hand and right hand paths. They use that pineal gland energy for demonic invocation. So yeah, the Viril Society has nothing to do. I know where the term comes from. It's people that don't really know what they're talking about. And then I have to address the Viril Society because I'm like, this is why you won't, like, most comments about it I just ignore. I'm sorry, but I know what Viril is. Go look it up. It's actually a science. It originally comes from a science fiction novel. And it was just, it's prana. It's another word for prana. It's the shit that orgone attracts. And I have orgone sitting right next to me. I make jokes all the time. Go ahead, try to put a curse on me. Um, I got orgone, and that's what Varil was, because they were trying to figure out a few. The Nazis were working on certain technologies that were supposed to be. They had the Nazi Bell experiments. I don't know if you've heard of them, and the Nazis did develop UFOs. I, I'll put that video back on my channel if it's not on there. So yeah, Tesla already figured all this out years ahead of time. Then we have Roswell, and then they say, "Oh no, this wasn't Tesla's idea. We got it off the aliens that crashed at Roswell, and we reverse engineered it." Yeah, sounds like bullshit to me. Think about that one. How convenient. Nikola Tesla dies, we steal his research, and now all of a sudden, an alien craft crashes, and we reverse engineer the alien technology. No, you stole it off Nikola Tesla. Although there are some theories that Nikola Tesla may have been an alien. I'm well aware of it. There was this theory going around that he was from the planet Venus. He worked with the Galactic Federation of Love. What? Maybe, I don't know. He was a strange individual, but sadly he was blackballed. I can relate to being blackballed, Nikola Tesla, because what he was trying to do with free energy, I get the same reaction about reptilians. So I he died alone and poor in a New York hotel, while these Zionist pigs got very wealthy by stealing and blackballing his technology, the petrodollar, the Federal Reserve. So I can relate, which is why I need to ask for support on my channel again. I always need cigarettes. Trying to get about $30 together for weed, which would be awesome. And maybe I taught you some more things in this video than you learned from that bullshit UFO disclosure that's going on with the government. It's to distract you. And ultimately, I think it's to release top secret aircraft, but they're never going to admit that these aircraft can use quote unquote free energy. They will not release that. The implications are just too much. I mean, if everyone knew that we had the technology to make automobiles run off water, yeah, you heard that. It's a very simple electrolysis process where You add electric charge to water, it splits the hydrogen and oxygen molecule, and it ignites the hydrogen, gives you pure, clean, burning gas, and there are zero. The only side effect of it is water vapor. It's completely safe, and there have been people who developed this technology. The last one was Aaron Salter, a black guy who converted his Ford F-150 to run on water. And strangely, he was killed in that Buffalo mass shooting at the supermarket years ago. His name was Aaron Salter. Go look it up. There have been other people who discovered how to utilize water as an energy source. The first example we have on Earth of this being done is the Pyramid of Giza. Yeah, the more you know. Chris Dunn already gave that lecture many years ago. Said the Giza power plant was meant to open it produced pure hydrogen energy. Is what the Giza pyramids did. And that belief is that that pure hydrogen energy was then used to open a Stargate. Yeah, watch the movie Stargate all over again with that in mind. You might not look at it the same. Anyway, that's all for my Area 51 UFO disclosure rant. Maybe I'll do a live stream in the near future, and I'll show you other clips that I got from Area 51, including the strange story with the little girl and the CIA that came out to vet us. Strange shit. Yeah. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. You can support my channel, Cash App, PayPal, Vemno's all in the description. Take care, and God bless.